This is the first part of my tour of Exeter. Starting at St David's, I travel on a Class 143 pacer to St Thomas's. First ever time with me on a pacer. You can stand on this train. A pacer is essentially two step entry buses put back to back with the bus wheels replaced with train wheels. It's even got bus suspension, which works really terribly on railway tracks. This is...
Yeah, it's platform number 4, right?
Please familiarise yourself with the safety information provided on posters displayed in the passenger. Emergency door opening procedures are indicated close to
That's the southwestern line.
overhead work is safely stowed. And when you leave the train, please mind the gap between the train and the platform and take care of your
Going over the river into St Thomas's. Strawberry St Thomas. And this is artificial flood defence canal. One of the things Exeter's known for is really ugly flood defences. Going along in a pacer. I rather like the train's large windows. The interior certainly is a lot nicer than the Desiro, the tiny windows. A really nice interior. I like the large windows. The reason they're getting rid of these is because of this. There's a step. Because it doesn't meet disability legislation. There's the cathedral. Hey! Why won't people leave their luggage properly? It's really annoying. So we're now arriving into St Thomas's. This is a grotty area. We're stopping too far down the platform. The exit's at that end.
Can I pass, please? Sorry.
The doors had to be unlocked manually for some reason. Another pacer. This is the exit. This is the exit. Most of the station's been converted into a Chinese restaurant. Let's go to town centre through the really ugly flood defences. These are Exeter's famous, extremely ugly flood defences. These two bridges here. These embankments is the flood defences, and they are very ugly. And this is the medieval bridge. Pedestrians only permitted along this bridge and at their own risk. Basically, what they mean is that they couldn't find a compromise between having a safe handrail and preserving this monument, which means that it's not particularly safe if you fall off. So you have to be careful. If you see there's a surface, because most people walk in the middle. It's the medieval bridge. And halfway along this bridge, well, it was originally halfway because it went a bit further, there is a chapel. And there's some stuff that was built under the bridge when the river moved. When the river was moved, they built some buildings around the old bridge. They just used the bridge as a walkway to connect the buildings. The buildings have gone to make a park. Some rude people who wouldn't move when I said excuse me. I wonder who lied to me and said that Devon was the only part of England which bad manners hadn't reached. I've met plenty of rude people here. And here is the bridge. You can see the different styles of art. This is the hill up into Exeter. Then I went into some shops to look for lifts. Most of them didn't have lifts, but in Toymaster I found an awesome single-speed J&E Hall lift. The upper floors of the shop are only open in August as they are used to sell school uniforms, but an attendant was okay with me taking a ride in it. This lift has had its buttons replaced in the 80s with GAL, but the COP is branded as Otis. Apart from that, everything is original. It has a single-speed motor that sounds like a hydraulic, and it has its original J&E Hall logic, where if you push the button while the doors are moving, it doesn't work. This lift is a hydraulic lift. It's an Otis This is awesome. This is, I'm not sure, actually this might be a traction lift, I'm not sure, because it didn't take much to tap. It's a single speed J&E Hall with this Otis control panel with GAL buttons. First J&E Hall, first GAL buttons. First time I've ever been in with J&E Hall and GAL. And it can only remember one call at a time. It's a really quirky logic. It's awesome. This is awesome. Let's see. I think that pushing door open makes it forget the call. Is it? It doesn't forget the call when you push door open. Original logic. Completely original. J&E Hall with GAL buttons. This is awesome.
You're not meant to be in the lift.
It does have a sensor. This is St. Olaves. This is believed to be the narrowest street in the world, only 25 inches. I guess there might be narrower streets in slums, in places, in developing countries. But this is believed to be the narrowest streets in the world. The narrowest street that has a name.